Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Grow My Small Portfolio. This is going to be my very first video that I'm making in general. I'll do more of an introduction maybe in a few days, maybe even in a few weeks. I'm just going to post some videos out there, see if it gets some traction. Then maybe you guys would care to hear a little bit more about myself. But I think you guys are just here for one thing, and that's going to be the title of this video, which is Hive Digital Technologies and why I'm currently buying it. So, as of today, oh my goodness, exactly what I thought. We have now hit the $1 billion market cap. That's pretty cool. I actually just recently saw this name, saw the financials, saw what they do, and it really interested me. For the ones that don't know, even though I doubt you guys don't know because you guys clicked on this video for the name of it, it's a crypto mining company. They mine Bitcoin. However, much like a little company named Iren, they are also shifting to AI data centers. So that is something that I am very, very intrigued on. There are multiple companies like this out there. I think companies that are doing this pivot are going to see massive, massive growth as long as the numbers align. Now, I do want to preface everything I'm about to say in this video with this isn't financial advice. Don't make a decision based off what you see here. I'm not advocating for you guys to buy the stock. I'm just mentioning why I'm buying the stock and why I like it. I'm Yeah, I think that's actually all I should really say for now. I'll leave the rest up to you guys to do your own research if you guys want to do whatever it is. I'm not telling you guys to do anything. Anyways, here we go. So first things first, I have an average cost of $3.69. Anyways, we currently have a decent little return. Like I said, I just started buying it. I have two call options that expire in 2028, two leaps. I love leaps. Leaps are probably my favorite, just because you get more leverage on your money. Right now, I kind of want to leverage as much money as I have, even though I do still have quite a bit of buying power right now, thankfully. Um, so yeah, if you take a look at the bulk of my buyings, it was all literally just like last week, kind of just dollar cost throwing it in there. I was actually waiting for a little bit more of a dip down to this level right here. As you can see, I have that little notation there to buy 50 or 80 shares. Once it hit that, I I saw the price hit this level here, and I was like, okay, it's gonna come out, take out the top, and actually it did it. It ended up coming down, and that's when I was like, okay, perfect buying opportunity. Here, what I'm using is ICT's just his overall model for taking a look at how stocks move. I found for myself it actually works really, really well. I'm not going to explain all this much, but as you can see here, at least in the short term, it's making another new high at the recording of this video. And that's why I'm saying it just hit $1 billion market cap. When it was down here, when I was buying basically the bulk of my shares, it was at about a 830 million market cap. So yeah, I mean, I expect some volatility here too, so I'm not gonna throw my whole bank at it. I'm probably looking to maybe double my position of what I currently have in Hive right now. So I'm not really gonna change much from, or not that I'm not gonna change much, but I mean I'm not really gonna change my strategy overall. I'm gonna try to continue to buy around this cost, and if it goes up, well then hey, I'm gonna ride it up a little bit because I think this company will blow. And I will tell you why I think it will. Again, not financial advice. Here we go. So, just like any other sane person nowadays, I do all of my research with AI. So, yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's start off. You know what? I was going to show all these little goofy little charts, but I think just kind of just simplifying it kind of makes it a little easier. So let me just simplify it for us. So company overview. Here's we could see their Bitcoin miner expanding into AI and HPC, high performance computing, which is those AI data centers that we're talking about. Excuse me, I got a hiccup. Um, they have clearly diversified revenue, and they're targeting 25 hash rate by the end. Right now, they're currently at 20. What the hash rate means, at least the way I understand it, because I'm not a total expert on this. It's just basically how much Bitcoin they're mining in the end, right? So currently they're mining about 9 Bitcoin per day. Whereas here in this report, don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure it was about 4.5 Bitcoin per day. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what this totals out to in the quarter. So it was about 4 Bitcoin a day per for the quarter. So of course now they're at 9. I'm not great at math, but clearly this amount of Bitcoin is going to explode in the next one. So here, what you have with this company is a company that's making a leap into a data center strategy that is just absolutely booming right now. I think almost any company that's in this is not a unicorn, but it's a company that's going to receive a ton of revenue. We saw Nebius, seen Evren, we've seen CoreWeave even. I mean, they're literally probably the quote unquote Tesla of data centers, just in terms of how big they are and how volatile the stock is. I think it's not a bad idea to potentially position yourself into companies like this, and that's why I'm doing this one. And this one just so happens to be my favorite of all the smaller Bitcoin miners that are transitioning into data centers. Um, Again, just based off the market cap, based off the numbers, based off what I'm seeing here. So yeah, I'll continue by iterating a few things here. So some of the GPU hardware that they're getting, they're an Nvidia partner. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily partnered with them, but Nvidia does recognize them as a company that that's doing this, right? So they're expanding into the Nvidia GPU infrastructure to support these AI workloads and high performance computing. They recently bought the Nvidia H100 GPUs. They are also, I believe they were also going to get some sort of Blackwells too. Of course, that's like Nvidia's newer GPUs. I don't see any of that in here. I had AI make this again, but again, do your own research and see some of the things. But I'm just kind of highlighting some of the things that I like about them. So right now, you can currently see um, the recent numbers right here. This doesn't have the year over year, but they are growing pretty well year over year. Overall, moral of the story, there's quite a lot of things to be excited here when you take a look at something like this. And I think you guys, if you guys are looking at this, take a deep dive into their financials, whether if you're using AI, whether if you're looking at the numbers on your own, do what you got to do, you know, to understand, is this a play that I want to be involved in? Why would I want to be involved with a company like this? So one of the recent acquisitions was a 7.2 megawatt data center, and this is in Toronto, Canada. So I didn't mention this already, but hopefully you know it if you're searching up this video. And who knows, maybe you just came across it, which I appreciate you for clicking. They're a Canada-based business. Now they do have some operations going on here in the United States. However, when I take a look at their financials, even the way that they report is all essentially on the Canadian side. So just keep that in mind if that's something that's important to you. However, you can see their headquarters are in San Antonio, Texas. At least the way it's listed right here. Currently, analysts have it at a 100% buy rating. This doesn't always really mean much, but I would say if you see 100% buy rating, there's got to be something to it, right? Doesn't necessarily mean you should buy it and it's going to go up, but there's a little something to that. Um, One last thing that I feel like I should touch on is going to be Yeah, I guess just the market cap. It's at a $1 billion market cap. The way I look at this is it's the same exact story as Iran. Now, both are in completely different places in their businesses. Um, yeah, here's my Iran position and why I'm just bullish on this thesis overall. Iran was literally a $211 position, and I'm not mad about this. Of course, hindsight, yeah, of course I wish I bought more. But when you see a return like this, um, there's a lot to the story. This was a $1.5 billion company when I bought it. And this was only back in April through like May is when I was buying the stock. Now it's at a $12 billion market cap. Now I'm not saying the same thing is going to happen with Hive, but I absolutely loved the story with Iran. I honestly, if I'm being completely genuine, I understood their financials to a certain degree. I was over leveraged in Nvidia at that point in time. I couldn't really buy much in it, and the moat overall, or just the sentiment for the stock market, just wasn't great. So, if I'm being honest, I didn't want to over leverage myself into something. But I think if we have a market where we continue to go up, we can see some of that translate into Hive. And if you look at other stocks like Nebius, I don't even need to show CoreWeave. You should know exactly where CoreWeave is. And if you're looking at this stock, well, then yeah, you should know a little bit about Nebius too. But it's the same story with them. They were a much, much smaller company, especially in terms of market cap at the point in time when I bought them. And they have just grown exponentially since then. And I think you could continue to see some of these trends happening with these smaller companies, and I'd rather position myself now, plant my feet in the dirt, and just see where it goes, especially if I believe in that company. So, I think if you are interested in this name, Hive, you know, maybe take a look at it, maybe see if something is worth your while, and, just do it, but also come with the understanding that this is a lower cap stock and they're very volatile. And just in general in the stock market, nothing's promised. This is banking on the fact that Bitcoin and AI is growth is going to continue to accelerate. And if it doesn't accelerate, well, then the stock should underperform. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to make that decision for yourselves. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.